So here's a quandary.
Oh, welcome to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
When do you throw out your poinsettia, yeah, plant? I mean, it's getting...
Well, look, it's a plucky little thing.
It doesn't have leaves down here anymore.
You know, the trick with seasonal foliage, though, is usually it just sort of obediently dies off, and then, you know, you don't have to worry about it. But poinsettias they're like plucky. They have heart. They keep sticking in there.
They want
like
to...
this one, you know, look at this one's got little baby leaves sprouting still. It's not ready to give up.
I know, and plus if you go like this, it's like a moment. Okay, we'll keep it.
But you know, you can carry it through Valentine's Day because it's like red still.
Yeah, well,
but now that we're getting into St. Patrick's, it is more awkward. But it's trying. I feel
okay,
like we have to
keep.
reward
We're
it.
gonna have to keep it.
It has a good attitude and little baby leaves.
We're gonna keep it.
Thank you.
One of the things we're gonna do. Oh, the whisper challenge. Whisper challenge. We're gonna show you what it is. You have to try this because I thought you and I would be kicking some buttocks
After
on this.
working together for 22 years and being married for 22 years, we have unspoken language that we use.
Speaking over the kids, you know, you're going, and then it's like, okay, when we worked in radio for years, we'd look across while we were on the air and say, and whisper.
And there's always the inviting clicky noise.
Right? And so we have it down.
No, we apparently
you try.
don't.
Watch this.
Welcome back to another Whisper Challenge with the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. Today, the Todd will have the headphones on and attempt to guess what I'm trying to say, whatever.
So you know what you're going to say?
Yes, I do.
All right, what am I going to be listening to? Incredibly loud.
Actually, we just went to the Lego movie too, and they have a song that is actually called "This Song's Going to Get Stuck Inside Your Head." It's so catchy, catchy. That's what he's listening to. So if that doesn't drive him insane.
Actually, the husks of the popcorn get stuck in your teeth as well. So
that's good.
Okay, so you're going to do this. Okay.
You ready?
So I need to figure out what you're saying. Okay. Crank it up. Louder.
Really?
Louder.
Really? That's pretty
Stuck
loud.
inside your head.
We can only afford 11 seconds. 11 seconds of the song, that's it. We can only afford 11 seconds. Don't sing anymore.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Here is your phrase. Here is your phrase. The nocturnal mole rat eats cashews. The nocturnal mole rat eats cashews.
That seems like a lot. Did you say a whole couple sentences? Start again.
I repeated it twice. The nocturnal
Lemurs do
mole rat
mooing.
eats cashews.
The
nocturnal
They think you
mole rat
moo right.
eats cashews.
Ass you? No, that's
The nocturnal
They're cruel. They're cruel.
mole rat
More cruel. More what?
eats cashews.
Chewing. They're mooing. Oh! I got it. The cows are chewing their cud.
No. The nocturnal mole.
That's not a word. What?
The nocturnal mole.
Sorry, the song was.
It's so catchy.
Hit the bridge.
Catchy.
Okay. All right.
The nocturnal.
The cool.
Rat.
Mole. The mole.
Rat.
Right? The mole, right?
Rat.
Right.
Eats cashews.
No biting the mole. The mole bites you. Sorry.
No, we can't afford that.
Okay, all right. No idea whatsoever. Wait.
Really?
The mole is mooing, or the mooing is that's illegal, by the way. You're not allowed to do that. It's cheating in the game.
The nocturnal mole rat eats cashews. You got mole. Why was the rest rat? And you're like, right? I'm like, rat. And you're like, right, what?
Okay. When you do this at home, put a bet on it. If that person, and really crank the music up, because you can't hear it. Yeah, it's okay. Another whisper challenge. Successful. I do like that song though.
Because it's so. Okay, we can't sing it. Yeah.
Because we don't own the rights
You've
to
already
it.
taken your kids to Lego 2 movie. You already know what we're
You're probably
talking
still
about.
doing this. Help me. Okay. Whisper challenge.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops, with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com.
You know, it was really interesting. I've seen people that could actually predict the outcomes of marriages before. Where
No, they can't.
No, there's certain people I've seen that, like, maybe they worked in mental health or whatever, and they watch an interaction and they can tell.
I have seen so many aunts back east with the Eastern
their
accent
hands.
going, I know you're going to make it.
It's gonna be.
You're going to be good. 2 months later.
Well, it is interesting because if
All right, go ahead. Let me have it.
Because we have been kind of yapping about our anniversary this week, and someone said, "What do you think it is that made you go this long?" And I'm like,
Desperation.
"Stupidity." For both, you know.
No one else would have us.
There's really, you know, when people go relationship goals, I'm like, no, not really. We're just
Survival.
But this is interesting because I've been thinking about it, and here's why. John Gottman is a psychologist, and he wanted to craft a tool that would help him with troubled couples.
John Screwed.
Now, this is the interesting thing. He teamed up with a mathematician, James Murray,
Oh, no.
who specializes in modeling biological processes.
Okay.
And here's what they did. They created a quantifiable model that would show how couples interact and influence each other during an argument. And they had started going, oh, well, let's take couples that are just getting together and they're first married or they're, you know, engaged. And they first wanted them just to talk about every mundane things. That didn't really matter. Then they had them talk about things that they were excited about. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But then they had them talk about something that was contentious, you know, that was maybe an issue between them, a volatile thing.
Okay.
And this is where they came up with all the key indicators.
Okay, here we go.
And it could be anything. It could be money, sex,
You're
food, in-laws.
already thinking about it, aren't you? Go ahead.
But that's the one that was predictive. The couple's interactions were scored by 2 independent observers
Okay.
who rated every emotion in the exchange. So there's like a spectrum of 16 emotions that you could, you know, go through that they would count.
Right.
Now, at one far end of the spectrum is contempt. And I think contempt is the death of any relationship. If you can't respect somebody, you can't love them.
Okay.
I truly believe that.
right.
And then on the other side, of course, is shared humor. The way that you diffuse differences between you when you're laughing together.
Okay.
Which is why I fell in love with you, because you're so blasted funny. So what they found out, though, it was really interesting. They went through all the couples, and one of the observers would be like, well, no, look, this one's laughing. He says, yeah, but the other one's just staring at them. He said, the person's laughing in contempt. And that's a crucial thing. You
have to be laughing together.
You have to share the exchange in order for it to work. So once they plotted the scores, and they went through all the positive and negative progression, they found out that they could predict literally with almost 100% accuracy who was going to stay together and who wasn't. They followed all of these couples. I mean, there was well over 1,000 over the next 10 years.
Wow.
And their initial predictions were nearly 100%. There were 2 couples that they had predicted would split up, and they split up like at year 11.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting.
So the question is, so where are we?
Well, marriages fall into 5 categories. There's validating, volatile, conflict avoiding, hostile, and hostile detached.
That's
Now,
us, all of it. All of them put together in a blender.
You know, the weird thing, though, I think we're validating and volatile. Don't you think?
Well, you are. Oops.
We better laugh together. No, but I thought that was really interesting.
A moment. Okay, interesting.
So it's worth
Do the categories one more time.
The categories again were validating, volatile.
Validating is like,
I hear you. I love you. You're a handsome man.
You're a brilliant woman.
No, but you have each other's backs.
Okay, got it.
That is the simple, most
We are
essential
that.
thing.
Okay, what's the next
and then
one?
Volatile, which we are sometimes.
You.
Conflict avoiding, which I guess it could be healthy or not healthy.
I am a conflict avoider.
I know, but then there's simmering resentment.
Yes, there is.
So.
In a sexy way.
Although they do say that all 3 of those, validating, volatile, and conflict avoiding, do stay in stable relationships. Huh. It's the other 2 where it's hostile, given, and hostile
You're an
detached,
ass.
which is even worse, where it's like, I don't like you, but I don't even care enough to not like you. Isn't that sad?
That is way sad.
And so this is what they found. And so they could measure this. So it's actually kind of worth thinking about the exchanges you have with your partner and how you guys handle it. What's the outcome of what you do? And that tells you a lot about how things are going to happen.
22 years? Mm-hmm.
I'm still going with stupidity and ignorance.
Tomorrow.
But
I am too.
tell us something good, baby. Have I told you you're a handsome man?
Have I told you you're volatile?
Yeah, but you're still a handsome man.
All right. So basically, here it is. This is in Florida. A baby locked in a car.
Oh, God, that's my worst
Parents
nightmare.
are there.
Worst freaking nightmare ever.
They're talking to the baby, keeping the baby calm. The couple doesn't have the money for a locksmith.
Because they won't even get in a van if...
You're thinking right away. It's just like, yeah, here comes Dad with a rock. He's gonna bust up his car and save his kid. Of course you are. And then someone yells at him. They say, "Hold it! Don't do that." Because that would cost him as much as the window.
Yes.
It's going to cost him as much as the locksmith.
Oh, more, I would assume.
And so this guy yells. And
Hang on, buddy. Okay.
He's wearing a vest, like a work vest.
The safety yellow ones?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then he says, "What?" And the guy who's supervising him says, "Hang on a second. Okay, guys, come on down." So basically what the guy is doing is he's supervising some inmates who are doing non-violent, no threatening, and they're doing work, public service. They're working off their time, which is great. And they all come down on the car, and then one goes, okay, looks around, dun, 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 dun.
And who would be better at stuff that maybe someone with like theft or petty larceny on their record?
The crowd starts.
These are people who would know what to do.
Crowd starts gathering. Go, 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 go. And they end up with a pry bar. They get the pry bar and you bend the door open just enough to get a coat hanger in. We've all done it. But they do it better.
Nice and faster because they need that.
They're in jail. Go through, pop the door, get the kid out.
That is the coolest thing ever. I love them.
Crime doesn't pay? Oh, yes, it does.
No, but what a great redemption arc for them that they're paying off what they've done, but now they get to pay it forward by saving this baby. That is the coolest thing ever.
Isn't that the funniest thing?
I love that.
There is, I'm a little disappointed with the snow this year.
Okay.
Aren't you a little disappointed with it as well?
Well, no, I thought we had a big snow day. I was excited for that.
No, it should be snow days, as in
sure.
days. And so basically, the problem that has happened is that if you don't do plowing enough, you lose your touch. Which brings us to the following story.
Oh, dear.
So it's snowing out like crazy. Find out where it is because, Boulevard, something like this.
It's Normal Boulevard, which is the thing that totally cracks me up. This is up in Wisconsin. You would think that they would know what they were doing.
Oh, Wisconsin.
On Normal Boulevard.
Normal.
So what happened on Normal Boulevard?
So all of a sudden the city started getting phone calls saying, "Hey, my mailbox." And they went, "Yeah? It's on my front stairs." "Where is it usually?" "On the sidewalk."
Where they put the mail in it?
And then another phone call.
Oh, no.
And another phone call for 30 blocks.
The snowplow guy took out every...
So he must have had a kicker on the plow or something.
Can you just imagine him placidly driving along, there's thunk, thunk, and he probably thinks, it's just the tires.
And he's probably pushing a lot of snow. Some of that took them out.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's so funny. Once in Boston, and if you never thought of this, if you take snow out of a city, you actually have to lift it up and put it in the truck and drive it.
Take it somewhere. That's a good point.
And in Boston, they used the Boston Harbor, and they would dump it in the harbor, and they'd build up this snow mound. And the big bulldozers...
It didn't just melt in the salt water?
No, not right away.
Oh,
matter of fact, it takes months. And they did it, and as it melted, they started seeing everything that the plows had scooped up.
Oh, that's so
Hundreds and hundreds of bicycles.
And mittens.
Hundreds and hundreds of grocery store carts. Hundreds, fire hydrants.
Oh, man.
The parking meters. I mean, all this stuff it's as this iceberg melts, all these things start sticking out of it.
That's hysterical.
That was funny.
All right, before we move on to the cautionary tale that Todd and I have been waiting for, because it's like the coolest video ever.
It is the coolest video coming up next.
As a woman, I would just like to point out that the fact that this is now in its fourth round in the Utah State Legislature makes my head hurt.
What's it?
House Revenue and Taxation Standing Committee voted 6-4 Wednesday to hold a bill, which means no, it's not getting out of there,
What do you mean,
that
no?
would remove the sales tax on adult and baby diapers and feminine hygiene products.
Representative Susan Duckworth, who's the sponsor for the bill, said this is the 4th time she's introduced the bill, and she said, I will continue to introduce it until I wear them down. She said, think about this. These are young families, and then there's seniors who are they're both on fixed incomes.
And women.
Yeah, and here's the thing that's so funny. They consider it a luxury tax on these items. And she says, look, sure, hold the bill for a minute, but she knows perfectly well it's not going to make it to a vote.
Right.
And she says, we tell ourselves and the world, and I love this quote, and thank you for this, Senator Duckworth. We tell ourselves and the world that we are a family-friendly state. But we reject any opportunity to show that family friendliness to young families or to our respected seniors.
Yeah, nicely done.
But think about that, all the proclamations we make about how we love our children.
They're the most special thing we have.
To the point we have to pay for any of it.
Right.
So I just thought that was interesting. So maybe it's worth putting in a phone call. I think it would be a lovely option.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it really is. It's the fact that it's a luxury item.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, all right.
Okay, now tell them about this because this is so cool.
What am I? Oh, I'm telling you about the story.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, right there.
You have it. Okay.
Oh, that's not it. Okay,
no, that's
hang on.
not it.
Where is it?
It's the video. I'm not sure if
Oh, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Now, actually, you and I have sort of modeled an avalanche where they actually packed us into snow caves, and then there were rescue dogs that came and got us.
And by the way, when a rescue dog finds you, be prepared for that.
There's a lot of no's.
Because they come in like really hard on you, which is great because you want them to. You want them to rescue you.
And then there's licking on cold faces.
But
it was awesome.
In the face. It's great.
But this is incredible. There was a local skier. He had a GoPro on his helmet.
Right.
Cool. And he's capturing footage. He's going down the mountain.
Watch me be an idiot.
This is Guardsman's Pass. And the Utah Avalanche Center is the one that released the footage. And it is basically just as terrifying as you would think. The skier tries to get air as he jumps off a snow ledge over a bowl. But instead...
Are we going to see that?
Yes. The snow collapses and triggers the avalanche.
All right, let's just watch.
And this you've got to see. Now, before you watch it, do know that he lives. But this is going to...
Or does he?
This is going to freak you out.
Dun, 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 dun.
Have a good day.
Thanks
we will
for
see
watching.
you Monday.
All right, Monday.
Watch, this is amazing.
All right.
I watched it like 8 times and screamed each time.
Hold your breath and call the avalanche control people before you go out in the backcountry. Bye.
Trent Meisheimer at the Forest Service Utah Avalanche Center. I'm up here in the Guardsman's Pass area where a skier triggered this avalanche just yesterday. This is an east-facing slope at 9,000 feet in elevation. The skier tried to catch some air into this bowl, but as he tumbled, he triggered the avalanche. You can see him getting rocked through the waves of snow, and then all of a sudden he slides right past the trees, moving 20 or 30 miles per hour. He was buried down below in the flats, a couple hundred feet down. He's buried a couple feet deep with just a ski sticking out.
Ah! I'm here! 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 Yeah, my God! Here! 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 That's my hand! Here!
What up, buddy? We got you, guys. We got you, buddy. We're right here. All right. We got you.
Group had the right rescue gear, which is really important here. They were able to dig him out, and he was uninjured. So that's great news. Looking at the snowpack, the avalanche failed right here. So we've got all of this storm snow sitting here, and what I'm seeing is a layer of loose, faceted snow that this avalanche failed on right here.